Valdosta Regional Airport. Automated weather observation 1327 Zulu. Wind 140 at 09er. Visibility 10. Sky condition broken 900. Broken 1500. Temperature 28 Celsius. Dew point 25 Celsius. Altimeter 3004. Remarks. Density altitude 1,700.
Alright, so I've got my airworthiness certificate now, all updated, amended, renewed for another year. This is the first time I'm going to take the aircraft out after that. Obviously passed the inspection from not only the DAR but also from Bill at AMP. So everything's looking good on everything. Unfortunately we've had all that weather go through here yesterday from that the remnants of that tropical storm Marco, and now we've got like a bit of wind picking up this morning. It was pretty calm here before, it was only like variable at 3 or 5 knots, but now the fog's lifting, the wind's picking up to 10 knots. So I'm just going to do some runs down the runway, and just what I was doing the other day. I don't want to, even though it's coming down the runway 150 at 10 knots, it's sort of the fact that it's changing right now, I don't want to attempt to take it into ground effect unless that changes. So I'm just going to do a couple of runs here and see. I've made some adjustments to the engine setup just to increase the fuel pressure a little bit more, to get a little bit more performance out of the engine. Not that I need it, but you know, more is always better as long as it's not hotter, so I can test that at least and see how we go with that. And it's super humid out today again because of all this moisture in the air. So fortunately I got the AC here. We'll see how long that lasts for, doing a few runs before it starts to get heat soaked.
Valdosta Tower, Raptor 352, Tango Delta, holding short of 17, high-speed taxi.
Raptor 352, Tango Delta, Valdosta, high-speed taxi, please, runway 17.
High-speed taxi 17, 352, Tango Delta. Lost to ground, Raptor 352 Tango Delta, off at Alpha 1, would like to taxi back to 17.
Raptor 352 Tango Delta, runway 17, taxi via Alpha.
17 via Alpha, 352 Tango Delta.
Raptor 2 Tango Delta, be advised you can remain on tower frequency next time if you'd like.
Copy that, we'll remain tower, 2 Tango Delta. Lost to tower, Raptor 352 Tango Delta, holding short of 17.
Raptor 352 Tango Delta, well off the tower, high speed taxi approved, runway 17.
High speed taxi 17, 352 Tango Delta.
Wait, Roger.
Lost to tower, Raptor 352 Tango Delta, clear of 17.
Raptor 352 Tango Delta, runway 17, taxi via Alpha.
17 via Alpha, 352 Tango Delta.
Alright, actually handling pretty good with that little bit of crosswind and stuff. And I'm still not comfortable trying to get it into ground effect with a crosswind here, not for the first time. But I'm getting some good data here on how the performance is now that I've made that tweak to the fuel pressure by upping it. I just upped it like 2.5%. So that should, give me just slightly better performance on the engine without generating any more heat. So we'll see how that works out.
Any 8 kilo, Mike, do you happen to catch the bases on the way in?
Yep, stops for 2200, bases are 1100.
Alright, so this run I've just adjusted the prop governor just back a little bit. I had it at flat pitch just now, so we'll see how this compares.
Valdosta Tower, Raptor 352 Tango Delta, holding short of 17.
Raptor 2 Tango Delta, high speed taxi approved, runway 17.
High speed taxi 17, 2 Tango Delta.
And about off to tower 2697 Fox, holding short of 17, waiting on my IFR release.
Airlane 2697 Fox, about off staff, let's start for IFR release.
We are holding short of 1797 Fox.
Airlane 907 Fox, fly runway heading Flemington 5000, runway 17 to take off.
Your runway heading up to 5.
I lost the tower, Raptor 352 Tango Delta at Alpha 1.
Raptor 2 Tango Delta, runway 17 back to the Alpha.
17 by Alpha 2 Tango Delta.
Alright, I'm going to do one more run there just with the prop in the 3500 instead of 38. And we'll see how that compares for acceleration on the first two runs that I did, because I've done 2 runs at 38 and then 1 run at 35. So we'll just look at the video and see how the acceleration compares. Just not convinced that 38 is the best way to go. It just makes the engine run a bit hotter actually. It burns a little bit more fuel and runs a little bit hotter, but I don't think you get any more speed or acceleration out of it.
Belt off the tower, Raptor 352 Tango Delta, holding short of 17.
Raptor 252 Tango Delta, belt off staff, high speed taxi approved, runway 17.
High speed taxi 17 to Tango Delta.
And the wind just doesn't want to die down for me. Said it was 6 knots just now, but the windsock's sticking out, so that's not 6 knots in my book.
Calling sorry, your radio is unreadable. You see it, that's fact. Your radio's coming up. requesting the maintenance fluid, still pretty scratchy, but go ahead. Okay, so proceed on runway 4, taxi is Foxtrot, hold short runway 35.
Bird Austin Tower, Raptor 352, Tango Delta and Alpha. I'd like to taxi back to north ramp again.
Sir 2 Tango Delta, runway 17, touching north ramp via Alpha.
North ramp by Alpha, 2 Tango Delta.
Alright, everything seems to be pretty good. Haven't found any problems. Everything feels good. It's just a little bit too much gusty wind out there right now. I mean, it's minor, but you know, for a first, you know, into ground effect, I want to have it 3 knots at most and down the runway if I can. When it's sort of crosswind there up to 10 knots, that's just too much. When I'm trying to figure out exactly where it's going to come off and use this profile. So my goal is, and after discussing this with Bill and Lloyd as well, my goal right now is to take the aircraft down the runway with pretty much a neutral trim initially, a neutral elevator trim, and then slowly take it one run after the other up to the 93 knots that Mark is saying. And at some point there, if the numbers are right on the money, the nose should rotate by itself without me even putting any elevator in. And once it comes to 2 degrees at 93 knots, the main wing develops enough lift, or should be developing enough lift to get it into ground effect. And if I'm doing that while I'm just, you know, but my goal is to just bring it up to 93 knots and pull the throttle back and hold it there, it should just come off and stay in ground effect. No excess power, it's not going to climb. You know, it may come off a little bit, but it's not going to just keep climbing out. And if it doesn't come off there, then I'll just go a little bit quicker each time until I get there. And if I get to sort of, you know, 98 knots or something like that and still not coming off, then I'll go back and start again with just a little bit more of elevator in there, dialed in for, you know, what would be the neutral point. So go from here to maybe a little bit more. So that's going to be the plan, and just going to take it a day at a time. Just take it easy, and once I figure out exactly how this comes off at what airspeed, then, you know, I'm just going to keep doing that until I figure that out. And once I figure that out, and I can take it into ground effect a bunch of times and see if there's anything weird with the handling, and then from there make a decision for the next step moving forward for a first flight. So anyway, that's my update for today, and get this video out to you guys, and then we'll see how we go on the next one. So thanks again for watching, and tune in again for the next one. Cheers.